Britain's Prince Charles met the Prime Ministers of Canada, Norway and Italy on the sidelines of the two-day NATO summit which is taking place in London. Charles met Justin Trudeau, Anna Solberg and Giuseppe Conte at his official residence, Clarence House. Following an earlier diplomatic flare-up between Donald Trump and French President Emmanuel Macron, the Queen hosted NATO leaders for a reception at Buckingham Palace. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson too hosted talks with Macron, Turkish President Erdogan and German Chancellor Angela Merkel ahead of the main gathering in an attempt to iron out some of the differences between them. The main NATO talks will take place today at the Grove, a country house hotel near Watford. The meeting is expected to consider new threats, including in the areas of space and cyber. Bureau Report, Republic TV. US President Donald Trump described French President Emmanuel Macron's recent comments as very nasty. Trump said this describing Macron's brain-death comment on NATO. He added that nobody needs NATO more than France. The US leader also met Macron later on the sidelines of the summit. El Salvador's president started his first official visit to China. Following a welcome ceremony, El Salvador's president and Chinese President Xi Jinping held talks and witnessed the signing of agreements covering agriculture, trade, culture and tourism. The head of the European Union's mission to Malta expressed doubts about the government's credibility after meeting the country's embattled prime minister. With protesters shouting in the background, European lawmaker Sophia Wells said outside the Prime Minister's office that it is difficult to see how credibility of the office can be upheld. Passengers were left stranded when Manila's international airport closed due to a powerful typhoon that continued to blow across the Philippines. Around 480 flights will be affected by the closure scheduled for 12 hours. The airport was closed as a safety precaution during the storm's peak, which is expected to hit Manila region between today and tomorrow. Finland's Prime Minister resigned after a key coalition partner withdrew its support from his five-party coalition government. The withdrawal came following a strike at the country's postal service that spread to the national flag carrier. The former Prime Minister of Finland, who only took office in June, has faced heavy criticism in recent days over how he and fellow Social Democratic minister dealt with the two-week strike of the country's state-owned postal service in November. Britain's Prince William continued his four-day tour of the Middle East with a visit to Oman. He landed in the northern governorate of Musandam, where he met the governor Ibrahim al-Busaidi. Earlier, Prince William also visited Kuwait. It is his first official visit to both the countries. Serbian president welcomed Belarusian president at a ceremony held in Belgrade. Belarus president has called on Serbia to establish closer ties with the Russian-led economic group, despite the Balkan countries' efforts to become a member of the European Union. He added that Serbia should work towards the Eurasian Economic Union, which consists of Russia, Armenia, Belarus, Kazakhstan and Kyrgyzstan. Iranian state television acknowledged that security forces shot and killed protesters in Tehran. People in the footage have been described as rioters. Protests broke out in multiple cities of Iran amid spike in government-set gasline prices. This is the first time that authorities have offered any sort of accounting for the violence they used to put down the demonstrations.